Hi everyone, I'm JT Pilot, and today I'll be making another video. This time I'll be doing a 1.6 mile airport update at my Norfolk International Airport. This is the 6th airport update for this airport, and this is the September 2022 airport update. So yes, today will be the September 2022 update at long last. It has been a long time coming because the last time I did a Norfolk update was back in July, so it's been a while. And yes, in today's update is going to be a jam-packed airport update. We have some interesting routes, especially we have a charter flight. We have some brand new breeze routes starting up, and we have much more in this airport update. And I also made a little extension piece of this airport to make this airport a little bit more realistic for y'all. So yes. And once again, Norfolk is my home airport. I'm just so grateful to be doing this series on my YouTube channel. This is my every month series on my YouTube channel where I do this airport update every other month. So so today we start off with taxi aircraft. We'll start off with Terminal Bravo, then we'll go to Terminal Alpha over there. And we'll be doing this airport update backwards to make this airport a little bit more interesting, more unique from the last one. So yeah. So anyway, we'll be starting with the very first aircraft. So starting with the first aircraft, here we Breeze Airbus A220-300. So this aircraft is number 1 for takeoff on runway 5. And yes, so this aircraft will be heading out to Tampa as Breeze Flight 129. And yes, Breeze A220s in Norfolk have been serving a variety of routes. They've been on the Charleston flight. They have been doing the Long Island Islip flight. They've been doing a couple of flights, but the Tampa flight is the most common. And they'll be soon flying these A220s up to Las Vegas, which is a new route that will be starting up very soon this month. So that will be a brand new route. So if you want to say, this aircraft could also be heading out to Las Vegas. So yes, that's a new route starting up in September. And then in November, there'll be a Nashville route they'll start up, and we'll feature that in the next Norfolk Airport update. So yeah, it's crazy to say the next Norfolk Airport day after this will be in November. It's just crazy to say. So crazy how fast time has been flying by this year. It's just crazy to say. So once again, this aircraft will be heading out to Tampa, Florida. And alright, so moving on to our two next aircraft, here we UPS Boeing 757-200. So, yes, UPS has been going strong in Norfolk. They've been doing a wide variety of flights. And yeah, so hopefully by the next airport, they will have a FedEx bound. I'm looking to get a FedEx 757 or even a FedEx 800 so we can have a complete cargo section, because only for now we have UPS. So, yeah, and maybe I'll get a Shapeways Cessna 208 to represent the FedEx Feeder Mania flight. That is a very unique flight out to North Carolina. So, a pretty cool flight there. And that's our only FedEx Feeder flight. I just want to mention that. So, yes, hopefully I'll be able to get some Shapeways models in the future, and we'll do a FedEx 208 custom. We'll have to see. So, yeah, so this UPS 757 has arrived in from its normal flight from Richmond as UPS Flight 1234, and he'll be heading up to Roanoke in Virginia as UPS Flight 1233. So UPS mainly on Friday nights and Saturdays, they do some interesting flights, mainly out to either Roanoke or Columbus Friday nights. So not Columbus, Columbia, South Carolina. So yeah, they do some interesting flights over UPS. UPS also serves Philadelphia and Richmond out of Norfolk. Those flights are every once in a while. It's kind of inconsistent. Mainly we get UPS flights up to Richmond, but sometimes we get flights elsewhere. So yeah, or Raleigh-Durham. Raleigh-Durham's the other UPS flight we get sometimes. So yeah. And this airport day is based off Saturday, August 27th, but it's also based off that the Friday before and the Sunday after. So, yeah, after that. So yes, I just want to make this airport day a little bit more interesting, diverse, and this is a product example of that. So moving on to our next aircraft. This aircraft is number 3 for takeoff. Here is Sun Country, Boeing 747-800. So yeah, Sun Country doesn't serve Norfolk, but they do sometimes do some charter flights. So Sun Country does do some charter flights out of Norfolk, mainly from Gulfport, Bixby, and Mississippi, but this aircraft isn't going out there. So yeah, so pretty cool that we're able to include a Sun Country aircraft in this airport day. I've always been wanting to include a random charter flight for Sun Country, and today we'll be able to. So this flight actually occurred on Saturday, the day I'm representing in this video. So this Sun Country 747-800 has arrived in from Richmond. Yeah, pretty random destination there as Sun Country Flight 8205, and be heading out to Atlantic City as Sun Country Flight 8206. Likely the Richmond flight is just a repositioning flight, and yeah, so pretty cool we're getting Atlantic City route. That is a pretty rare Sun Country charter flight there. So yeah, I was curious what the charter flight was for. So yeah, we'll just have to see. So pretty cool flight there. And this aircraft was operating on the older livery Sun Country 747-800. So, but I have the Tide Pod livery, so that's only the 747-800 I have from Sun Country, besides the split skimmer version of this. So, wanted to feature that there. So that's a beautiful engine model. I'm just glad we were able to include this aircraft in this airport day today. So, yes. And I believe all the charter flights do park over at the general aviation ramp, because I have seen an Allegiant A319 parked over there before, operating a charter flight. So pretty cool fact there. Alright, moving on to our next aircraft, here we Southwest Boeing 747-700. So this aircraft has just arrived in from Baltimore as Southwest Flight 4075, and be continuing on to Orlando as the same flight number there. So that is a continuation flight. And yes, Orlando is a Saturday only service, which is pretty unfortunate. I have flown the Orlando service on a weekday before, so it used to be a weekday service. Now it's just a Saturday only, which is pretty unfortunate. But I'm glad we still have Orlando. And that was my very first flight. Fun fact. So that was on a Canadian Blue 737 a couple years ago. It's been a really long time since I've been on my first flight. So it's been crazy to see how fast time has been going. So yes. And yeah, so the Baltimore service is our most popular Southwest route in Norfolk. We have several flights on that. We have over 800 max dates and 700 all on the same day, around 4 times daily is that flight is. So pretty crazy to say. During the pandemic, it was way more, but that's our only service during the pandemic. So yeah, and that's in the beginning of the pandemic, by the way. All right, moving on to the next model. This model hasn't been featured in a while. Here, the Gemini Jets Allegiant Airlines service A319-100 in the older livery, not the new livery re-released from Gemini Jets models. So yes, I won't be getting the new version from Gemini Jets models because I have the beautiful Panda models new livery. So I just won't be getting that one. So yes, but I'll be keeping my older livery version from Gemini Jets. So yeah. So this Allegiant A319 has just arrived from Boston as Allegiant Flight 1272 and be heading out to a regular flight out to Orlando Stanford as Allegiant Flight 1272. So yes, Orlando Stanford has been a route at Norfolk for quite a while, ever since Allegiant started flying here. So yeah, so that is it for all the taxiing aircraft, and we'll be moving on to Terminal Bravo with the ring light. So let's move over there. All right, so moving on to Terminal Bravo and 1-port scale Norfolk International Airport. So this we start at the Breeze Airlines section. So they do occupy a couple of gates over at Terminal Bravo. They have these 2 gates right here, which they do share with Allegiant and Frontier. But they have another gate over there where they park some aircraft by the Delta Airlines section over there. So pretty cool fact there. And I'm glad Breeze Airways has a focus date on Norfolk. I'm just grateful for that. And I've heard they've been doing fairly well at Norfolk, so great to see that. And it will be expanding on Norfolk very soon. So yeah, so on the very first aircraft, this is actually a realistic Breeze Airways flight of the ERJ-195. So this Breeze ERJ-195 has just arrived in from Long Island Islip as Breeze Flight 225 and be continuing on to Charleston, South Carolina as the exact same flight number. So really cool to see this. And yeah, this is actually a realistic ERJ-195 route. They use the ERJ-195 frequently on this flight, but sometimes the A220 as well. So yeah, great to see that over at Breeze Airways. So yes, I heard some rumors that Breeze Airways will be moving the ERJ-190s and ERJ-195s to a charter operation. As this is a rumor though, so we'll have to see if that comes true. And yeah, because they'll be replacing their ERJ-195s with the A220s, so pretty cool to see that. And yeah, so hopefully Gemini does release a Breeze ERJ-190 model soon so we can accurately represent the ERJ-190 flights. Because most of these ERJ flights are on the E190, because Breeze Airways only has 5 of these in their fleet, so yeah. Alright, moving on to our next aircraft. Here in the Allegiant Airbus A320-Junior with Sharklets that file amazing Panama's release. Besides the landing gear coming off on this one, this is actually a great Panama's release, and I really do like their A320 model. Great ARM exclusive, by the way. This Allegiant A320 has just arrived from Cincinnati as Allegiant Flight 406, and will be making a return flight right back out there. And yeah, so pretty cool to see Allegiant at Norfolk International Airport. So they do have a wide variety of flights in Norfolk. So yes, the Pittsburgh service did unfortunately end, but at least we saw the rest of the Allegiant flights. So pretty cool to see there. And yeah, so not much else to really see about that flight there. So alright, moving on to our next low-cost airline at Norfolk. Here, a Frontier Airbus A320neo in the Chamber Bronco livery. So this aircraft is just arriving from Orlando and making a return flight out there as Frontier Flight 1159. So pretty cool to see that there. And yes, so Frontier's been super consistent at Norfolk. Not really much has changed over at Frontier Airlines. They've been consistently flying their Denver, Orlando, and their Miami service. So pretty cool to see that. And yeah, so this is probably the last time we'll be featuring this Gemini Jets model for a while, just because I'll be getting the new Gemini Jets Frontier A320, the Prairie Dog livery, which is going to be a better model than this model. It still won't be the best model, but it'll still be better. At least the engines will be slightly better size, and this will be slightly better. So yeah, and this model is fairly old anyway, so this model will likely just be getting parked for a little while. And yeah, and we'll have to see this model return to my airport dates, just because maybe engine models are paying away some Frontier Neo soon as well, so we'll just have to see. So yeah. So once again, this Frontier Neo will be heading out to Orlando MCO International Airport. There's lots of Orlando flights in this airport update. Alright, so moving on to our next section on my Norfolk International Airport, which is the United Airlines section. So I did add this extension piece to Norfolk to make the end of Terminal Bravo more realistic, because it does branch out at the end of the terminal like this. So I did use these blocks for now. Ignore that. So ignore that I'm writing on that blocks. But anyways, I did use those blocks in this airport update. Yes, hopefully in the future I'll be able to make a custom terminal piece for this. Maybe I might put some gray paper over those blocks just to make a little terminal piece there. We'll have to see. Or even just make a permanent piece for that. So we'll have to see there. So yeah, so I just want to include a little extension piece of of Terminal Bravo. This is the United Airlines section, because that is all their gates. So at Norfolk is in this section. So yes, and Delta Airlines does occupy some gates in this section, but it's mainly all United Airlines. So Yes, United Airlines does have a pretty good operation out of Norfolk, so just want to include that. So, yeah, so moving on to our next aircraft here, United Embraer ERJ-175, and yes, this aircraft will be doing its normal flight out to, not normal actually. This is a diversion flight, so yes, or canceled flight. So this United Express ERJ-175 was supposed to go out to Newark as United Flight 3632. But instead, it'll be going out to Burlington and Vermont as United Flight 3318. So, yes, and I believe this is a Republic Airways flight, so pretty cool there. So, yes, so I want to include these canceled flights just because there's been a lot of these cancellations recently, and a lot of these aircraft have been going, a lot of regional aircraft out of Norfolk have been going all sorts of random places, and this is just a random route there. So, pretty cool we were able to include that in today's airport update. So, yeah, so this flight is normally operating on 747s, CRJ-550s, and United Express ERJ-175. So there's lots of aircraft on this route, and that's United's inconsistent mainline for you right there. All right, moving on to our next United aircraft. Here we United Boeing 747-700 in the Continental Glorious with Skimnars. This is a great NG model's April 2021 release. It's been a while since we have featured this model, so we'll be featuring today's update. So this aircraft will be heading on to Washington Dulles as United Flight 2148, and this is the afternoon flight. And this airport is based off the afternoon hours of Saturday, August 27th of 2022. So, yes, because the last update was based in the morning, so we'll be basing this one in the afternoon. There are some morning flights in this airport. They just make it a little bit more interesting, so, and less boring for you guys. So there you go. All right, moving on to our next aircraft here, United Boeing 747-900ER. That flat out amazing engine was released, and this is a beautiful United 747-900ER in the Evo Blue livery. So this aircraft has just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare, making a return for out there as United Flight 748. So, yes, so they do serve MAX 9s on this flight. I was supposed to be on the United 747 MAX 9, actually on the day I'm recording this video, but unfortunately that trip has gotten canceled, so pretty unfortunate there. So, yes, hopefully Gemini Jets will release the United 747 MAX 9 soon. Even delivery, I'd definitely buy it. Make this flight more realistic. I've thought for the next update, maybe adding United 747 MAX 8 for this flight. This represents the MAX service in Norfolk, but we'll have to see, so. Yeah, but I'm all for realism on the flight, so maybe not. We'll just have to see, maybe for the next update. And moving on to our final United aircraft in airport, here we United Boeing 747-800. This aircraft is just arrived in from Denver, and you'll be making a return out there as United Flight 2461. So that's it for the United Airlines section. Let's move on to the Delta Airlines section. All right, so moving on to the Delta Airlines section of my Norfolk International Airport. And yes, at long last, we have the Delta Boeing 757-200 at Norfolk at long last. Yes, Delta started flying these aircraft in the summer. I'm just so glad we're getting the beautiful flying pencil to Norfolk finally. Once again, it's been years ago since we've received the Delta 57 at Norfolk. We have gotten it a couple times occasionally, just replaced this as a substitution for a certain flight, so we never got it as a permanent service in a long time, so yeah. It's grateful to see this. I love this aircraft. It's one of my favorite aircraft of all time right here, and one of my favorite models of all time. So this is the Gen 1 aircraft. The aircraft that served Norfolk are the Gen 2 aircraft with the updated interior, so it's pretty cool how we get this aircraft in Norfolk. But in today's update, we just have the Gen 1 configuration, which is perfectly fine with me. The only difference is the emergency escape door configuration. So, yes, I'm just grateful to include a Delta 57 Junior at long last at Norfolk International Airport. So grateful to see this. And yes, some of my family members will be flying on this flight very soon, so pretty cool to see that as well. So unfortunately, I'm not able to go on that flight just because of school. So, yeah, really bummer there. It's a bummer there. But anyways, so this Delta 757 Junior will of course be heading out to Atlanta. Where else would he head out to? And this is the Atlanta Flight 2685, one of the afternoon flights. We get several daily Atlanta services, and they're all on 757 units. Sometimes on the weekends, we may get the 747 Schneider or A321 on this route, but it's mainly all on 757 units. And a lot of them don't have the winglets as well, and some of them do have the winglets, so yeah, pretty cool to see that there. Alright, moving on to our next Delta aircraft here, the Delta Airbus A319-100. This is our service out to Detroit and Michigan, so pretty cool. All this service is still on mainline aircraft. It's always been on CRJs for the longest time, but now it's on mainline. And this is Delta Flight 1381, so pretty cool to see that. And that was a former Northwest route there. I'm just moving a piece out of the way. Alright, moving on to our next aircraft. Here we Delta Bombardier CRJ-900. Yes, the legendary CRJ-900. I started with the day when this came out, and everybody went crazy for this model. I was just grateful that Gemini has released this model, and I was grateful to have this model. And I'm one of the, there's a lot of people did unfortunately a lot of people got shafted at not receiving this model, which is pretty unfortunate. So I know some people that did, so really unfortunate there. So this Delta CRJ-900 has just arrived in from New York LaGuardia, and making a return for out there as Delta Flight 4870, and this is an Endeavor flight out there. And most Delta flights on Norfolk are all Endeavor flights. There are some SkyWest and Republic flights sometimes, so Yeah. And moving on to the final aircraft in Terminal Bravo, we have another Breeze ERJ-195, and this is operating for an ERJ-190. Yeah, so this aircraft is just riding from Pittsburgh as Breeze Flight 413, and be making a return flight to New Orleans as Breeze Flight 480. So, yes. So that's it for all the aircraft in Terminal Bravo. Let's move on to Terminal Alpha at my Norfolk International Model Airport. Alright, so moving over to my American Airlines section at my Norfolk Internal Airport, and yeah. So this American Airlines section is the former U.S. Airways section in Norfolk, so fun fact there, I did forget to mention in the first airport date, so. Yeah, so American Airlines and Southwest does occupy Terminal Alpha, and let's see if more airlines will occupy this section in the future, so. Yes, it's on to the first aircraft. Here, the American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-700. And this aircraft will be heading out to Washington, D.C. as a flight 5526, and this is a PSA flight there. And that flight is on CRJ-900s and CRJ-700s, so we'll be featuring a CRJ-700 in today's airport tape. Moving on to our next aircraft. This aircraft is getting baggage loaded, and yeah, so this is a American Eagle CRJ-900. This is a PSA example, and yeah, so this aircraft will be heading out to Charlotte as a flight 5293. Yes, Charlotte gets mainly mainland aircraft and some RJ-900s as well, so pretty cool to see that there. And I haven't featured the RJ flight before, and yeah, so pretty cool how we're able to feature the Charlotte regional flight there. Alright, moving on to our next aircraft here, the American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175. And yeah, so this is the Gemini Jets 2018 release right there. So this American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 will be heading out to New York John Kennedy as a flight 4684, and this is a Republic Airways flight. And moving on to the final aircraft on this side of Terminal Alpha, we have an American Airlines Boeing 747-800 with the winglet logos that follow the amazing engine model. I love this model. It's one of my favorite models in my collection, definitely. I'm just grateful to have this model in my collection. And I actually really like the winglet logos. They're growing on me, so. Yeah, so this American 747-800 will be heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth as a flight 2638. Alright, so moving on some more aircraft over at Terminal Alpha. So it's on the first aircraft. Here we have the American Boeing 747-800. So this is the Gemini Jets 2015 release. And you'll be doing another flight up to Charlotte as a flight 1726. So, pretty cool flight there. And yes, and this is an extra gate in Norfolk. They do park some aircraft over here. So this aircraft will likely be getting towed over to the American Airlines section very shortly. So, yes, they park a ton of aircraft over at this section of Terminal Alpha. Just because Norfolk is slightly slot restricted. Just wanted to mention that. Alright, moving on to our next aircraft. Here we Southwest Boeing 747-800. So this is the engine model's third release. So, grateful to be able to include this model in this airport date. So this model's always been in every Norfolk airport date. So, yes. So this Southwest Boeing 747-800 has just arrived in from Dallas Love as Southwest Flight 3688 and be heading up to Nashville as Southwest Flight 3688. So continuation flight there. And yeah. So Dallas Love is a Saturday only seasonal service. So I will include that as their airport date. I did not include that route in the last airport date, so we'll be including it today. Yes, and the Nashville flight is daily. So that's pretty cool how we get Nashville every single day. And yeah, so that used to be a seasonal flight, but now it's up to daily. So really great to see that, and grateful to see Nashville flight doing really well. So, yes. And moving on to the final aircraft in this airport, they hear the new engine model Southwest Boeing 747-800. And this is the fourth engine model's release. So yes, you can just tell the color difference, and yeah. And it's cool that it includes two Southwest 747-800s with different registrations. Just grateful to include that. It makes the section more realistic. So we get tons of these Southwest 747-800s in Norfolk. Yeah, we used to get a lot of 700s, but now mainly we've been getting 800s in max states. The 700s still do some routes, but not as frequent as the 800s. So, yes, because Norfolk is a fairly popular Southwest destination, so yeah. So this Southwest 747-800 will say he is just riding from Chicago Midway at Southwest Flight 440, and then he'll be making another flight up to Dallas Love at Southwest Flight 3338. And yes, they're pretty cool how we're able to include the Southwest flights, and we did include all these Southwest routes in Norfolk in today's airport day, so I just wanted to do that for today's airport day. And alright folks, so this concludes this Norfolk International Airport update. This was the 6th Norfolk International Airport update. This was the update for September of 2022. So yes, that's it for today's airport update. And yes, this was another jam-packed Norfolk International Airport update. And yes, so yes, another jam-packed airport update. And yes, we had some interesting routes. And yes, I did forget to mention the Southwest Denver service. That's another Saturday only. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. So yes. Can't wait to see the future of Norfolk International Airport. I just can't wait. And yes, I really had fun making this airport day. This is definitely one of my favorite Norfolk airport updates. Maybe my favorite one. It was just a fun airport day. Lots of interesting routes. That's what I'm kind of going for these Norfolk updates. And yeah, I'm just grateful how we were able to do my home airport. So yeah. So I'm going to give you a quick channel update real quick. So yes, over the next month, most of my videos will be pre-recorded. So yes, that's because I'll be starting my junior year of high school a couple of days after this video. So I'll be starting my junior year of high school on the first Tuesday, the day after Labor Day, so pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool fact there. Yes, I can't wait to start my 11th grade year over at high school. It's just crazy. I only have 2 years left, so I want to I just want to make it the best as I possibly can for the next 2 years, because my first 2 years were kind of a write-off a little bit, so yeah, just want to make my last 2 years of high school fun, and my last 2 years of public school fun as well. So yes, it's crazy to say. So what it means for videos. So here's my plan. So over September, we won't have too many videos. I'm going to take a little break from YouTube and Instagram, which is a shocker, but yes, I've been doing post/stories daily on my Instagram since May, so it's pretty cool there. Then I've been doing tons of YouTube videos for the last couple of months. So I really haven't have a break yet, so I will be taking a break soon. So that's why all these videos will be pre-recorded, so I'm just filming these all at the end of August. So you guys will have some content. There won't be as many videos in September. And yeah, so we'll have a video likely every single Friday, so that'll be good. Just one day a week for now. Unless if Engine Walls or Gemini Jets drops releases, or there's any other media videos I have to make, and those ones will be going throughout the week. And yeah, so there may be some videos that will get pushed back. And yeah, so the last Random Report date has been pushed back. There is the second Random Report date for August has been pushed back to September, so I just want to mention that all to you. So that's pretty unfortunate. So that'll be some point in September, but there will be another Random Report date in September as well, and that's the one that the community voted for on Instagram. So that will be coming in September as well. So there will be 2 Random Report dates in September. There'll be another Jacksonville Fictional Report date, and there'll be an Engine Walls massive unboxing of some sort. It might just be just a regular unboxing, not a massive one, just because I'll only be getting around 4 miles in the massive unboxing, maybe, because Engine Walls may delay a couple of them, so we'll just have to see. So that'll be a smaller massive unboxing than the other last couple of ones, so yes. And we'll be getting new Gemini Jets at some point in September, so this one's will likely get some reviews. So that's basically all the content in September. And there'll be a new series that will start up in September as well, so that'll be fun. And that series will have 1 video per month, so it'll be fun. I can't wait to reveal that series to y'all, but I've been working hard at that series for a little bit. I've been playing it all out, so yes. So yes, my roadmap for September should have released by the time this videos come out, so hopefully y'all enjoyed the roadmap. And yes, you'll see all that on the roadmap, which I did provide on Instagram by the time this video comes out. So I'm filming this video like a week out in advance. So yeah, so some stuff may change in September schedule, and I'll let you guys know if anything changes. So yeah, the final statement about September. There'll be less content, but there'll still be content, and I'll be just taking a break for a little bit. I just want to focus on school and my social life, and I'm extremely excited to get back to school, especially for my social life, and I cannot wait to meet up with all my friends again. It's gonna be fun. And so not much else I really want to say in this channel update. So I'm JT Pilot, and I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful weekend, have a wonderful day, and yeah.